It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We did some Pearl Jam recently, and I figured we may as well go down the rabbit hole because I did really enjoy that one. So continue to leave any requests you guys have down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of them as we go. All the good things. Today we got Do the Evolution. It looks like it might be like a cartoon style video, which I'm always here for. So let's get into this and let's see what they was doing with it. That's already an interesting bar. I'm the first mammal to wear pants. I can kill because in God I trust. That's actually wild and such a real statement when it comes to humans. It's evolution, baby. I'm the beast, I'm the man. How it starts on the day of the crash, yeah. On the lynch, I'm a churn. All rolling here, I'm flattening them out, yeah. It's herd behavior. It's evolution, baby. It's wild how they're showing what they're showing, like, because it just makes you realize the evolution is probably one of the worst things that's happened to this planet. It's us evolving from things and becoming what we are today. You know, I love being who I am. I'm team people, don't get me wrong. And I, enjoy life and stuff like that. But overall, like the horrible shit that we've done, it's so much crazier than anything else on this planet, right? Like it's like every animal. It's interesting when you really think about it, right? Because on the primal level, like animals do some messed up shit, right? There's animals that will literally invade other animals' nests, eat their babies. Like there's, I think like if lions, like say a male lion goes with a female and she still has cubs, like, and it's a new male lion that just won the fight with the other male lion, he might kill those cubs because they're not his, and then make his own. Like, so there's some wild shit that happens, and stuff that we don't necessarily do, right? So it's like, well, we don't do that because we're humans. We're better than that. But in all reality, when you think of stuff like how it shows the people in like the internment camp and what I mean, the bombs that we drop and stuff, like we do some really horrible shit too. We just kind of mask it behind this like detached place that we like to sit back and like, oh, it's not this direct because we got laws and but in all reality, like we find a loophole to do some effed up shit regardless. It starts on the day of the crash, yeah. On the lynch, I'm a churn. All rolling here, I'm flattening them out, yeah. It's herd behavior. It's evolution, baby. He's like sitting there with his kid. He's like, oh, look what we've built. We've built these things that just make the air toxic and we're destroying the planet. But man, are we making some money? It's wild. It really is. And it's crazy to me because I've thought about this and actually had this discussion before. And I need to make a video about it. But I do feel like laws and rules and stuff are necessary for us as humans. Like I know that some people sit there and they're like, well, I wouldn't go and kill somebody. I wouldn't. And you're right. Like you wouldn't, right? But we grew up in a time where you're born, you go to the store to get your food. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, like all of our necessities, we've kind of created a way to get them without the need for all the other stuff that we would normally do to get it, right? Like back in the day, when there wasn't civilization the way that it is now, it was like kill or be killed. hunter gatherer. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, your thought process wasn't, I shouldn't kill this other human. Your thought process was, I need to survive. And whatever it took to survive, you would do what it took to survive, right? And then obviously you have your people that will do some even more messed up stuff. But I think that as time has went on, like, yes, we've evolved, but a lot of the things behind us being able to have society like we do is making food as available as it is, even though it's not that way everywhere. I'm talking from an obviously, first world countries, a little privileged standpoint, but that's why you see some crazy stuff happen in some other countries and we're like, wow, I can't believe that they do that. And it's like, well, trust me, if we suddenly didn't have access to food the way that we do now in America, if we didn't have a lot of things in place the way that we do now and laws kind of weren't there, this shit would be no different. It'd be some kill or be killed shit, like without a doubt. Like if all of a sudden the government and police forces and all that stuff just disappeared, law was gone, the grocery stores are there, but they're never going to be stocked again, right? So it's just, whatever's there is there. Once it's gone, and then we got to figure stuff out from there. Like you have to know for 100% fact that people are going to die and it's going to be at the hands of other people. And some of them are going to be some of us that say we would never do that, right? But if you go down to that grocery store because your family's starving and you're trying to figure out how to get food for them, you got to figure out how to keep them warm because we don't have an electric, plant or whatever you want to call it that keeps us to put the heat on and the gas, you know what I mean? All this kind of stuff isn't there. You've now got to find the materials and the stuff to keep your family safe, maybe to travel, to get out of the area if it gets cold. Like where I'm in New York, if this was to happen, I'd probably try to go down south, right? But in the process, I might run into some other people that are trying to do the same thing. And maybe there's only one vehicle available. Maybe there's only a little bit of food left in the grocery store. At a certain point, you can't just be like, oh, well, you take it. It's okay. Like, right? Like, because I care about people, so I'm going to let you have. Eventually, it's going to be like, we're starving. We need this. And your mentality is going to change, like, drastically. And I just think that that's such an interesting concept, right? Like, we've built it so we can be the way that we are. And so we look down on anybody that acts in a way that, doesn't fit the standard, right? Like, oh, that person is really mean. Why would you be so mean to other people? Like, you should love everybody. And I don't disagree with that. I do feel that way, but we're allowed to feel that way, right? Like we've built a place where we can feel that way. But if all this fell apart, a lot of those people singing these fucking love hymns are going to be the people at the store fucking trying to stab you up and take the food from you. Cause that's just survival at the end of the day.
Church, I sing in the choir. Am I me? Am I my home? Am I my son? Am I my clothes?
Hold up. Why does this okay, that's a very odd look, yo, because you got like the head, looks like some breasts with the body, the torso, the legs, and then where the babies come out is, okay, that's that's wild. That's such a real scene right there too. This right here is so real, right? It's like the city, the like, consider this like, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, consider this America, this right here. And it's like, we don't literally have worms going, but like, that's kind of what we do, right? We go out to get the stuff that we need. And it's another thing where I'm not saying that it's okay that we go to war for oil or we go to war for these different things, right? And we think of it as like crazy that we we create scenarios, or at the highest level, they've created scenarios to go to war and make it seem like it's about protecting us, but in reality, it's because we want to get more oil or we want to get more this or more that. But it's like that's kind of what would happen on the small scale if all this stuff went away, but it still happens on a certain it's always going to happen on a certain scale, right? Because at the higher scale, they want to maintain this life that we have where we can go to the store, we can do all these different things. And sometimes it's like we might already be able to do that, but they're like, well, we want more. We want more. We want to always make sure we want to be the strongest so we can stay in this place and stuff like that. And so they start to make these decisions where it's the same as me going to the store and trying to kill someone for some food. Instead, they're like, we're going to go to war and we're going to kill a whole bunch of people so we can take their oil so we can maintain all these things. So we can have the food, the cars, I mean, it's gotten to the point now where it's like we have the necessities, but now we want the convenience. You know what I'm saying? And we want that to continue, and we want to grow, and we want to stay on top. And it's just, I feel like it's just natural animal habits, natural animal instinct. I'm not excusing it because it sucks that that's the way that it is. But in all reality, it's just like life will always be on a hierarchy. Life, when it comes to animals, and it's just always going to be the way that it is, from the bottom all the way up to the top. No matter how intelligent we get, I just don't think that us as a species is ever going to be in this just like Zen peace state with the rest of the world. Just don't think that it's ever going to be a thing unless somehow we find a way to have infinite resources and everybody can access these infinite resources. Then we'd be able to possibly all get along on that level. But then we still got all the little internal shit that we have going on as far as people not like, poor versus rich, race war, like all that kind of stuff is still another. I don't know how to solve that. But as far as like the resource thing, we would need infinite resources to be able to get past that level of it. The evolution is like it's a dance. Come on. This was a crazy song. This was the video really was what was crazy. The song was crazy, and the video that followed it just like brought up so much conversation to me. But it's like, I don't know. I think about these things. I always find stuff like this very interesting. The grand scale. It's wild to see what we came from to where we are now, and how in reality, as much as like life has changed from say the 1400s to now, there's still some things that are not necessarily different. The enactment of them is different because of the technology we have, because of the different potential things that we have to use at our disposal. But in all reality, it's not all that much different, right? Like we kind of just mask it behind some bullshit. But shout out to Pearl Jam. This was amazing. I actually really enjoyed this. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you in the next one, homies.